When I started learning to code, I have absolutely no idea what I was doing. And people were saying things like hash include. And I was sitting there like, is that a hashtag? Are you tweeting in C now? Fast forward a few years and I somehow ended up as a software engineer at Bloomberg. If I had to start learning programming today, when AI is doing half the stuff, this is how I would start coding from scratch. In my last video, we talked about whether learning how to code is still relevant in the age of AI. Spoiler, 100% yes. But you cannot learn it like it's 2015 anymore. When I started, I took a course called CS50, which is Harvard's Introduction to Computer Science, taught by insanely good professor David Gemalan. I won't go into all the details, but this course basically took me from I don't have a clue what's happening here to oh wait, this stuff actually kind of makes sense. And today I'm going to show you the remix of my journey like CS50 but AI as your study buddy. If you are just starting out, let me tell you, everything sucks at coding at first. I used to stare at errors thinking what is syntax and why does it hate me, but trust me, if you stick with it and follow the process, everything clicks. The first thing you need is just a basic idea of what you are actually talking to. A computer is just a machine that understands zeros and ones. Like we humans need a language to communicate with each other, computer also needs a specific programming language that we can talk to it. Over time, programming languages evolved. If you are just starting today, just pick one language like Python or JavaScript. They are both beginner friendly and you can learn them easier because AI also understands them better. Once you pick a language, the next step is to understand its grammar, the syntax. Just start small, learn about variables, loops, conditionals, functions. Use AI to learn fundamentals. Ask it to explain concepts simply and then give you practice problems. But here is one rule. Try to solve the problems yourself first, then check AI's answers. That's how you build the understanding or not just memorizing the logic. Once you're comfortable, move into simple algorithms like searching and sorting. You don't have to go through all the textbooks like I did back in 2015. Just ask the AI to explain these concepts simply in plain English and then try coding it yourself. Okay, you have learned how to talk to computers. Great. Now it's time to make them talk to each other. Welcome to the internet. This is where everything you build actually becomes useful. Before you start building web apps, it really helps you to understand what internet actually is and how it works. Ask your favorite AI something like this. Briefly explain how the internet works, IP address, DNS, and how computers talk to each other. You don't need to be a network engineer, just get the big picture. Internet is nothing but billions of computers talking to each other, sending and receiving little pieces of information non-stop. Now to build stuff on web, you need to understand three things: the front end, the back end, and the database. The front end. This is everything you see. The buttons, the animations, and all the shiny stuff. HTML gives the page a structure and CSS makes it more aesthetic and actually works with the fonts, and JavaScript makes it more dynamic. The backend. This is where your app actually thinks. It's the logic. It handles data, it handles requests, it actually goes and talks to the database and gets the data and decides what to do with that data. You can use Python with Fast API or Node with Express. It doesn't matter which one. Just pick one stack and start building. The database. This is where your data actually lives. Let's say you're building a notes app. When you hit save, that notes need to be stored somewhere. That's your database. The API. Now here is the last piece of the puzzle. How the front end and back end actually talk to each other. They use something called an API. Think of it like a waiter at a restaurant. You, the front end, places an order for the table, and the waiter who acts as an API takes the order and goes back to the kitchen, which is like database plus backend. Once your food is ready, the waiter again brings back the food back to your table. So that's how basically the web works. Every site you use, from Netflix to weather app, follows the same pattern. Now that you understand how it all works and how it all connects, it's time to build some stuff. Don't wait for the perfect idea. Just pick something small like a weather app which fetches the data from the API and displays on the front end, or building a restaurant web app where you have some users and you store their profiles in some kind of a database, or just ask your favorite AI on some beginner apps that you can build and start building from there. Now that you have built some apps, It's time to make your work visible. You don't need 10 random ones. You just need 2 solid ones that actually work and looks cleaner. Put them on GitHub or portfolio website. Use version control like GitHub very early on so that you can track your progress to the commits. And one bonus tip, try to make one open source project pull request. Even if it's just fixing a typo, that's fine, because it will show that you are able to collaborate and not just code. Remember how I started this video saying I thought hash include was a hashtag? Yeah, that guy is still somewhere inside me, but now he is working as a software engineer at Bloomberg. That transformation happened when everything clicked for me, like how the front end, the back end and the database works, and when I started building my real first app. That's what this video is about, helping you to get to the same exact moment. And yeah, if you like this video, drop a comment telling me where you are at your coding journey right now, and I will help you with the next steps. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel before AI replaces me too. Stay curious and see you in the next one.